You, I'm talking to you. This DVD, this movie is so good. You should press play. You should press play or anything else. We've got what have we got? We've got chapters, we've got audio, you know, you can change the language. That's what I would recommend to you. But you can do that down here on the audio section. That's at the bottom of this menu. This is a movie, you should watch the movie. Play the movie, play the movie, play the movie, play the movie. You should go down here. You should go down there. That's what you should be doing. I think that would be a marvelous idea for you, dear movie enjoyer. I'm gonna fall off this fucking chair. If you were born from 1996 to 2010, then chances are you remember these magical little boxes that would transport you to a magical, whimsical world that would entertain you for hours on end. Or at least until, like, they were played and then you would, like, wake up and...
You wouldn't download a fucking car, would you?
For each one of these metaphorical boxes, there was a metaphorical window that would allow you to see into this world. And these windows were called DVD menu screens. Menu screens were used as a guide to help the viewer find extra content on the DVD. This would be stuff like audio, settings, chapters, bonuses, whatever else the creator decided to add onto the DVD when they released it. Back then, there was just a set amount of effort and care that was put into these DVD menu screens that I would like to talk about today. Developed in 1995 and then they were released to the public in Japan the 1st of November 1996. Originally called digital video discs, they were later changed to digital versatile discs to better reflect their capabilities and what they had to offer. These were things like storing data, audio, and video games. After a bit of tweaking, DVDs were released to the markets in countries like Australia, the UK, and the USA in early 1997. Within a few years, they skyrocketed in popularity, with DVDs being the most prominent form of at-home entertainment, with over 60% of US households owning a DVD player by 2003. That's a lie. 2004. And over 90% of households in the UK owning a DVD player by 2009. This was thanks to their convenience, affordability, and... jokes aside, because of piracy, it was a lot easier to rip stuff from DVDs because they had less security when they first started being released. Which is why, I don't know if you've heard of it, there's like this one song. All of these elements is what ultimately ended up giving VHS, Video Home System, the boot. With this new era of entertainment, you had some really fucking cool artists make some really fucking cool shit. DVDs back then just had like, they had this aura for like, I hate that I just fucking said that. Oh god, when am I 12? Artists worked really hard to make it so that every DVD really reflected the inner world that it was about to present to you, whether it be, one, the menu screens, which is what I want to talk about mostly today, or even just like the covers. The covers had so much more effort put into them, and it wasn't just the fucking main character sitting dead set in the middle of the cover with one of the primary colors in the backdrop. But the most notable point to point out to you, the people, the 55 people that, I don't know, decidedly apparent. The most notable of all of these to point out would be the menu screens, because often they had a really imaginative display of what you were gonna be in for in that movie. I often think about menu screens like WALL-E. That shit was so cool because it was bringing in like real world clips and then it like goes from WALL-E's eyes and it shit like that is so cool! And they don't have that anymore! Now it's boring! Now it's just gonna be Eric and Sam looking a little bit concerned as they look into the distance because shit's fucking up around them! But how will we fix that issue? A Quiet Place Day One is a prequel to the 2-movie series A Quiet Place, which is a movie where the world has to stay silent due to these demodog-looking alien fuckers that have invaded Earth and are just wreaking havoc on the people. So that's your main theme of this DVD. So let's have a look at our characters. Samira, who is our main character, she is a cancer patient who, for like a few years before the outbreak, for lack of a better term, has been living in a hospice facility. So she is a character that is very comfortable with the idea of death, or at least more comfortable with it than the average Joe or Joanne. But Eric, on the other hand, he is the opposite of that. He's very unsettled, as you would be in this situation, to be fair. Like, he's quite shaken up about the whole thing. He doesn't really know what he's doing. His parents are in Kent.
My parents are in Kent.
And for the first half of the movie, he's pretty much just following Sam around, and it's just like, yep. But they end up building a really compassionate friendship with each other, which I really appreciate it. And fuck it, the actors blew it out of the park, because I don't know how you can display this raw and honest of like a relationship when you're fucking playing a movie where there's hardly any dialogue. This movie, in a nutshell, talks about acceptance, loss, and friendship. So that's your overall brief for this type of film. So let's have a look at the menu screen. Are you getting any of the themes that I've just recently told you about from this picture? No, you are not. So how could we fix this? In the movie, there's a scene where Sam and Eric are trying to move through this flooded subway tunnel to get through to the other side of the city. And one of the demidog looking dudes, you remember them, right? He's sitting up in the ceiling, just fucking hanging around. In that scene, there's a shot, and it stays on it for like 2 seconds. It's from your perspective, it's looking down the tunnel, and you can see Eric and Sam shining the light, and it's just the water rushing through. And I honestly think that is such an eerie and like cool fucking shot. And if you just had something like that playing on a loop for the menu, that would be so much more immersive and build the expectations for what sort of vibe this film's gonna be when you put that fucking bad boy in the disc. There was a certain amount of effort and care that used to be put into DVDs. Every DVD that was sold, it was sold with this idea in mind that this movie is its own world. Once you open that case and you've got that DVD and you put it in the disc insert thing, that's not what that's called. There was so much effort, and oftentimes the menu screen would actually be very unique to the actual style of the movie, which I think is really cool because it was giving some artists a chance to like actually make something, like just go ham and just like, yeah, just go wild, do what you want. And I think that's really cool. Unfortunately, DVDs are a dying art, and just not even menu screens in general, like DVDs, and I think that's really sad because you have this like fucking this cool piece of media. I love physical media. I love having the thing. I love having extra thing. Like if I love a movie so much that I want to buy it and have the physical copy of it, I want to have as much information about it as I possibly can. And back then, DVDs had that. You had all of this extra stuff that you could just be like, you could learn about this world that you're so infatuated with. And you don't have that anymore. I think that's really sad. And I think we're actually getting to a point, like nowadays in society, where people just don't give that much of a shit about art anymore, which is really unfortunate. Like AI is really becoming a big thing, which is very fucking aggravating. What are we fucking doing? Hey there. I proceeded to talk for like 5 minutes just going on a tangent about how much I don't like AI, and I've realized editing the video that it just kind of ruins the flow a little bit. But I did want to say that though I think AI is a really big problem and we are now living in a day and age where a lot of people don't care too much about art, I don't think art will ever die. And I think human influence specifically as well is something that is so important to like the creation of film, because at the end of the day I think every film is a human experience. I think it's someone trying to explain and convey something they've been through, or like a point of view that maybe people wouldn't get to experience otherwise on their own. And I think there's just that little bit of influence that you just can't replace with AI. And it's actually good because there are a lot of companies, like big companies, that are banning it in film production sort of areas, which is really cool. So I just want to say, if you're an artist and you're trying to get in the film world, or you're just trying to do art period, don't fucking give up, dude. Don't let it beat you. Don't let it win. That'll be the video of today. Please subscribe and like if you want. I can't really do anything if you don't want to, and that's complete fine if you don't want to. Like, I get it, you got better shit to be doing. I'm gonna leave you with some of my favorites on the screen. Here you go, thank you, goodbye. Are you short?
actually not sure. I'm considered average height.
And also, fun fact, did you guys fucking know that the piracy ad song was pirated? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, I'm spinning. I am scared. I feel like... Shit. This is my tripod. That's what I'm working with right now. You're on a fucking thing of protein powder.